Hi, I'm Karen with the North Suburban YMCA, and I am here today to bring you core and functional strength from my home. We're going to start out with a little march in place. Bring your chest up, your shoulders down, your belly tight. I like to add a little music to my workout. You probably like to add a little music to your workout. So if you don't have music going yet, pause me, put on some music that you like, and join me as we warm up to do core strengthening, functional strengthening. And what that means is when you're strengthening for functional strength, you are strengthening so that you can do your everyday life activities. I'll offer you modifications. Some of the things that I might do might be easy for you. You can make them harder. Some of the things that I might do might be hard for you. You can make them easier. Let's bring that step a little wide. Add some arms in. We're just trying to warm up. I want you to always go at a pace that works for you. I have some tools with me today. I have dumbbells. You could use soup cans. You could use jars of fruit or whatever you like. You could use bigger cans or jars. Give me a little step touch side to side. So find something in your house that might be challenging for you to do some movement, and you can use that for your strength training. Most of our strength training today will be with our body weight and different positions that we put it in. You don't even have to have dumbbells or soup cans for these. And you don't have to have them for the other things either. You can just pretend that you've got something challenging in your arm and use that. All right, we're changing it again. Arms are going together. Good job. Warming up. This workout's about an hour long. We'll include stretches at the end. And let's bring those arms up while our legs are going up. Remember, go at your pace. We are warming up right now. We're just getting our joints moving. Arms are going to stay the same. Legs are going to tap back. Tap back. Looks like this. Just a little tap back. So throughout the workout, I'm going to remind you to go at your pace. I'm going to remind you of modifications that you can do. So for example, if tapping back doesn't feel good to you, you can just tap right at your side. If you can't get your arms up over your head, move them in a position and a posture that works for you. Let's bring them out to the front, and I'm bringing my legs a little further back. It's like almost a mini lunge. Again, you do what's best for you. Here's what it looks like from the side. Notice you don't need a big space to work in, just enough space that you're not going to bump into anything and hurt yourself or hurt that anything. Now we're going to take it in front. Pull your toes up, open your hands up. Keep your shoulders down, push your chest up, keep your core engaged. As we do this workout, I want you to make everything a core exercise, even our warm-up. So as you're breathing in and out, keep this area tight, and as you exhale, you can make that TH sound, and that gets your transverse abdominals engaged. And then try to not have to do the TH because that may tighten up your neck and your chest, and I don't want you to tighten up those. We're going to point those toes down and point your fingers down. Point. I'm still bending and straightening my arms. You can do that. You don't have to. Your chest is up. Your shoulders are down. Your belly is tight. Good. Now I want you to take that point out to the side. I want you to bring your arms out to the side and squeeze your shoulder blades as you go back. Squeeze those shoulder blades as you go back. Now I want you to flex that foot out to the side. Arms to the same side. Hopefully you're starting to warm up. Lots of lights on in here to try to make it easier to see me. So I'm getting warm very quickly. I realized that I forgot to take my shirt off before I got started. So it's coming off. I'm going to keep going with my legs. Your chest is up. Your shoulders are down. Your belly is tight. A little like Mr. Rogers, changing my clothes through the workout. Change your arms. I'm going to turn sideways, and we're going to turn it back to that step back lunge, but I want you to get it a little deeper. Now, if lunging hurts your knees, don't go deeper. You can just tap back or set back. Your chest is up, your shoulders are down, your belly is tight all through the workout. Stop in a squat position, bring it down and up. Then I want you to bring it down with your back flat and round your back up. Bring your shoulders through. Reach for the floor, roll up. Bring your shoulders through, reach for the floor. Roll up, bring your shoulders through. Again, roll. One more time. All right, if you're not warm enough yet, push the pause button, keep moving a little bit, and then join us when you're ready. Otherwise, we're going to get down on the floor. We're doing a full plank. Options for the full plank. Full plank would be on your hands, not your elbows. But not everybody can do a full plank on their hands. So if you do have dumbbells, you can put your hands on a dumbbell. If you don't have dumbbells, you can make fists with your hands. Or you can do a flat-handed. And if that doesn't work, you can do an elbow plank. Or you could flip over and do a bridge. A bridge would look like this. You're on your back up, with your knees up, and your feet flat. So you have options. You choose the one that's going to be best for you. We're going to do this for a minute, but by all means, take breaks when you need them. All right, here we go. Full plank or elbow plank or bridge, using apparatus or changing your position or not. Ready? Get set. We're going to shoot for a minute. Here we go. So, what do you think about while you're planking? You pull your shoulders down, you tighten your belly to your spine, you tighten your glutes, you tighten your thighs. If you find this challenging, do it from your knees. You can have your feet down or up. If that's still too much, try the bridge. If you find this to be easy, you can give me leg raises. Or you could give me opposite arm and leg raises. Whoa. You choose what's going to be best for you. I'll do straight up leg raises. Shoulders are pulled down. Belly buttons to your spine. Remember, you can hold it. You can flip over and do a bridge at any point. You can go down to your knees. You can go down to your elbows. You choose what's going to be best for you. Some of these things may not necessarily be easier, but they may be better for your body positionally. All right, we're going to stand up, and we're going to do a plie squat with the shoulder press. Remember, you don't need any apparatus. You can just give me a squat with nothing in your hands. We're working these muscles and these muscles. Or you can grab soup cans, or you can grab dumbbells. I've got dumbbells here, I'm going to use them, but you can use soup cans, you can use nothing. All right, for a plie squat, your feet are wide, a little wider than hip width apart, your toes point slightly out. Your chest is up, your shoulders are down, your belly is tight. You're then going to come down, push those dumbbells up in the air, down and up. Really squeeze those glutes at the top. Join me when you're ready. So, we do these exercises for about a minute. However, in core and functional strength, I always tell my students, I would like you to pick weights that are heavy enough that you fatigue. So if you get tired after 6 or 8 repetitions, great. Let's say you can only keep doing the squat. Terrific. That means you've worked your shoulders enough to build strength. You could also start with larger soup cans and go to lighter soup cans. You could start with larger dumbbells and go to smaller dumbbells. You could also do one arm at a time. Another option. You don't have to be able to go for the whole minute. If you're looking to maintain your strength, you want to pick a weight where you could go the whole minute. But if you're trying to build strength, hitting fatigue is a-okay. In fact, it's what we're looking for. So options. You could also just keep squatting. Your body, your workout. All right, we're going back down to the floor. And now what we're going to do is an elbow plank. All right, so if you just did an elbow plank, you can do it again. If you're thinking, lady, I still can't plank, that's okay too. What you're going to do is you're going to be in your bridge position and you're going to give me pelvic tilt. But I want your pelvic tilt to come from your abdomen, not your glutes. So you're not squeezing your buttocks. You're just pushing your back down and bringing it back to neutral. Otherwise, you're doing an elbow plank with me. So you can do that elbow plank to your knees, or you can do it to your feet. You pick. Ready, get set, go. So remember, if you're doing that elbow plank and it is a challenge for you when you start to fatigue, take a break or come to your knees. You choose. If you find this to be easy, bring the legs out to the side, one at a time. Things to think about: pull your shoulders down, tighten your belly, engage your glutes and your thighs. Keep those hips level. If you have your hips up, that's okay, if that protects your back. I don't want you to drop your hips down to the floor unless you come all the way down and take a break. You want to look like a plank of wood. That's what I think about when I'm planking. Pull your shoulders down. They want to creep up towards your ears. Don't let them. 10 seconds. Shoulders are down. Belly is tight. And we are done. Come on up to standing again. Plie squat, this time with a bicep curl. So again, you can go with smaller soup cans or larger soup cans, and you need to go within a range of motion that works for you. I want your elbows locked to your sides. Hands are going to go slightly out from your body. Feet are wider than your body. And then we're coming down and up, down and up. Join me when you're ready. Now, you may prefer to go down and up. That's okay too. Whatever works for you, you choose. Elbows locked at your sides. Shoulders staying down. Core engaged. That's what I call good form. When I say I want you to do an exercise to fatigue, I want you to do it to fatigue with good form. Good form is keeping those elbows in, is keeping your torso tall, is not having to wrench your back to lift it up. If it gets to that point, you need to go to lighter weights or just hold the dumbbells and do the squats. Remember, you can do one arm at a time. You choose. As you get fatigued, you might need to change it. But if you get too fatigued or you start changing your form and you're wrenching your back or using your chest or neck to pull it up, then you're done. However, we are all done. You get to put your soup cans or your dumbbells back down. And remember, you don't have to use anything. And we are doing a plank position again from your hands if you can. So you decide what's going to be best for you. And then we'll add in a leg thing if you want. If you are bridging, what you're going to do now is you're going to take your bridge a little wider. And you're coming up and down, up and down. This time I want you to squeeze those glutes with your feet a little bit wider than normal. You might get a bit of an inside thigh stretch. Terrific. Otherwise, you're planking from your hands again. Remember, you can plank to your knees. And if you want, you can add a little extra cushion under your knees. You can take a towel and put it under your knees if it hurts on your floor. You choose what's going to be best for you. Otherwise, we're going to plank to our hands or to our feet from our elbows. Ready? Join me when you can. Pull your shoulders down. And now what we're going to do is we're going to go up, out, in, down, up, out, in, down. But if holding a plank is what's best for you, that's all I want you to do. And remember, when you need breaks, take them. Shoulders are pulled down. You might find yourself starting to creep up. Pull them down. That's good form for this one. And if this is way too many planks for you, you may start out doing the plank, and then you may change it to a bridge. Remember, the bridge is with wide legs going up and down. Good. Try to keep your hips in line so that you are in a piece of wood, plank of wood position. If your hips have to be up, I'm okay with that, as long as you're not hurting your back and rounding those shoulders down. And remember, you can do this from your knees. However, we are done. Sit back on your feet drop your head between your arms for a minute, stretching out that low back. If you're on your back, hug your knees to your chest. All right. I think we get to get up again. Let me double check and see. Yep, up we go. Okay, what we're going to do next is you're going to use your lightest apparatus. And if you don't have anything light enough where you can raise your shoulders up to, raise your arms up to shoulder height, if you don't have anything light enough to do that, just use your body weight. Here's what this one's going to look like. It's going to be a lunge with your right leg going back, coming up to bring that leg behind you and give me a tricep straightener or tricep extension. I'm going to do it at a bit of an angle. I think I have room to do it. I may not. We'll see. You're going to come down, and then you're going to come up, bring your elbows to your sides, straighten out, go back down. I think I'm going to demonstrate this from the side the whole time. So remember, you don't have to have an apparatus. You can just do this with your body weight. Now, if you're looking at me thinking, I can't get my leg up like that, don't. You can go down into a lunge, only as deep as you can comfortably go, come up, and then give me a tricep extension. Or you can go down into a lunge, come up, bring it up just a little bit. You do what's best for you. I'm going to demonstrate the one that's the most challenging so that you can see what it looks like so that everybody gets a range of motion. This is the part of the functional strength part of it. Sometimes you have to be able to lean forward. And that way you're leaning forward while lifting that leg up, using your core to stabilize you. All right, enough talk. Let's do it. So, here we go. Right leg's leading. You're going to come down. You're going to come up. Working on balance. Down. And up. Tricep extension while you're down. Anterior delt raise or front shoulder raise while you're up. I've got my leg soup cans, also known as dumbbells here. Same legs going back. Hope you're doing okay. You want to try to keep your hips level as you go up. If you lose your balance, fix it and start over again. So, anterior delt with the lunge, tricep extension with a hip extension. It's a little bit of a deadlift. All right, last one on this side. And we're doing the other side. Ready? Here we go. Now, you may find that one leg is easier for you to balance on. I always pick my easy leg first. I have a lot of trouble balancing on my right leg, but I'm working on it. If your arms have gotten fatigued, just do a smaller range of motion, or maybe no range of motion, or maybe put those dumbbells down or your soup cans down and do it with just your arms. You choose. However, if your arms are fatigued, hold on to whatever you were holding on to so you can still get a good leg workout and don't worry about the arms. Good form is shoulders stay down, elbows lock at your side, belly button to your spine the whole time. And you don't have to be able to do it for the whole minute. However, if you can, you are now done. Good work. All right. Next, what we're going to do is we're going to get back on our elbows for another plank. If you are bridging, what you're going to do now is you're going to bridge up with your feet in the neutral position, which will be aligned with your hips. You're going to go up, and I want you to give me little pulses. Squeezing your glutes and your abdomen up and down. While you're bridging, I want your shoulders pulled down. Squeeze those shoulder blades together. Little pulses up and down. If you are planking, you're going to join me on your elbows. You can do this one from your knees or from your feet, and you're going to come forward and backward. Forward and backward, using those lats. Belly button tight. Okay? You can do this from your knees, where you come forward and back just a little bit. It doesn't have to be a huge range of motion. It's just doing something slightly different. All right, shoulders are pulled down, shoulder blades are squeezed together. Tighten your belly buttocks and thighs. That's whether you're bridging or planking. And push those hips up off the mat. Bridgers, you're doing little pulses. Plankers, you're kind of pulsing too. Yes, we're using different muscles than the bridgers. So let's say you start out planking and you get fatigued. It's a lot of planks in a day. Flip over onto your back, do the bridge, the mini pulses. Belly button is to your spine. Even though I'm coming forward and backward, my shoulders aren't moving closer to my ears. I want you to keep the shoulders down, keep the shoulder blades squeezed together. Good. We are more than halfway through our minute. Shoulders are down. If you find this to be really easy, you could walk forward and walk backward. Whoops, watch out for your furniture. Shoulders are pulled down, belly button is to your spine. All right, we are done. Come on up. If you're on the floor, hug your knees to your chest. If you're on your back, hug your knees to your chest. If you're on your front, push your back up, drop your head down. Drop your back down, lift your head up. And then push your back up, drop your head down to stretch out that low back. All right, next on our agenda, we get to stay down on the floor. Woohoo! We're going to do a V-sit. So a V-sit can be many things. This is a V-sit. You could raise up one arm and then the other arm. What we're working here is our abdomen, our core. We're using the rectus abdominis to hold us in place, transverse abdominis to hold us in place. So a V-sit can be like this, with your feet on the ground. A V-sit can be with your feet up off the ground. You're going to pick. You can have your feet closer together. You can have them farther apart. You can hold on and have those feet up off the ground. You're going to choose what's best for you, and that's the exercise that you're going to do today. I'm going to do the V-sit with my feet on the ground, my chest up, and then I'm going to pick my arms up. But again, you can have those arms down, or you could pick your legs up, okay? My hip flexors aren't feeling that today, so I'm not going to do that one, but you can if you want. Ready? Get set. Join me. V-sit. These muscles are engaged, but you are in an erect position. Your chest is up, your shoulders are pulled down, your shoulder blades are pulled together. We're working these muscles isometrically. You could lift one leg and then the other leg. Remember, you could have your hands down and lift up one arm and then the other arm. I'm trying to get this engaged in a neutral posture so that you are stronger in your abdomen, stronger in your core. Push that chest up, pull those shoulders down. You might be more comfortable with your legs out straight. You might think, no, I can't do that one. That's okay too. Everybody's body is different. I want you to do what's best for you. And remember, if you want those legs up, some of you can even straighten those legs up in the air. Terrific. That's not me right now. This is my body. This is my workout. You do what's best for you. It's your body. It's your workout. Chest up, shoulders down, shoulder blades squeezed together. Less than 10 seconds to go. You can have your arms up or up. You challenge you. And we are done. Everybody roll onto your back. Hug your knees to your chest. You can roll a little left and a little right. I want you to stretch out that low back. That can get very fatigued while you're doing that exercise. Your hip flexors can too. So if your hip flexors, which are on the front of your hips, feel tight, straighten out your legs and squeeze your buttocks together, stretching out the front of those hips. All right, you can stay there a moment in your stretch position. I'm going to look at what we're doing next. Oh, this is my students' very favorite exercise, the side plank. We often do it first in class. We're doing it kind of in the middle now. I needed some water. You feel free to take water whenever you need it. Options for the side plank would be, if you think a side plank is crazy and not something you're interested in attempting today, that is just fine. What you get to do is either a clam, you're opening and closing from your medial glute, or a single leg raise, you're doing hip abduction using the muscles on the outside of your leg, or you could do a 2-leg raise. Notice I'm laying on my arm. I just bent it, but I had it out straight. You find a position that's right for you. You're not using these muscles up here. You're using these muscles here. Single leg raise, clam, or double leg raise. Okay, if you can do a plank, you have options as well. You can do a plank to your knees. Some people like one foot in front or behind. That's okay. We're trying to work these muscles. You could do it plank to your feet. This is an elbow plank. You could also do a full plank, knees or feet. You pick. Whatever's best for you is what I want you to do. So you have all those options. Everybody stack your shoulders one on top of each other. Stack your hips, knees, and ankles. And then we're going to do our plank or our leg raises together. Ready? Get set. Go. Again, we're shooting for a minute, but you don't have to be able to do a whole minute. Take breaks when you need them. This is the full side plank on the arm. You're pushing up from here. These are tight, and these are tight, front and back. Arm can do whatever you want. You could add some challenge by moving it around. You could go down and up. That's a slightly different challenge because you've got to use balance as you go up and down. You're using your arm a little bit differently. You're using your core a little bit differently. This is your workout. You have to do what's best for you. Whole time, think about pushing your chest up, pulling your shoulders down. And if you're doing those leg raises, you still want your abdomen, glutes, and thighs tight. Try to keep yourself stacked. Shoulders, hips, knees, and ankles. 10 seconds. Breathe, push that chest up, pull those shoulders down, tighten your belly, buttocks, and thighs. And we are done. Come on down. You can just flip over. I'm going to roll over so that we can see each other. Okay, remember your options. You can lie on your arm. Give me a clam. Your legs are bent, your knees are in front of you. You're using your buttock muscles. Give me a leg raise. Oh, that's two. Sorry. Single leg raise. Or a double leg raise. Double leg raise gets your core engaged a bit more. You choose what's going to be best for you. Then you could also do, switch up a little bit. You could do a elbow plank or a full plank. I'm going to do the full plank. Get yourself set. Stack your shoulders one on top of the other, hips, knees, and ankles. Ready? Get set. Go. Come on up. Join me when you're ready. Take breaks when you need them. If you find this to be easy, you could try going down and up and not touching the floor. Remember, you can do this one from your knees. You don't have to be up on your feet. You can do it from your elbow. And you could be doing leg raises on the floor. You could also be doing leg raises up here. You choose. I'm just going to hold stationary. Can you see my left arm shaking? Scooch up just a little, make it a little easier. I'm a little out of place. Good job. I can't look at my watch because it's down there. I need to go down to my elbow because my shoulder is protesting. That's okay. This is my body, my workout. We have 10 seconds. Chest is up, shoulders are down, belly, buttocks, thighs are tight the whole time. And we are done. Come on down. Give me a second to see what we're doing next because I forgot. Oh, we get to stand up. Okay, so we just did an exercise for our sides, and now we're going to do another one. I didn't think about whether or not I'd have enough room to do this, but I'm going to wing it. I may turn a little sideways to you. Here's what it's going to look like. If you want to use a tool, I would say take your lighter soup can. You're going to go out to the side, lift this leg up, reach out. You're going to reach over. I call it a rainbow. And then do the other side. I'm going to turn slightly just because I'm going to run into things if I don't. So, apparatus in one hand, or you don't need to do anything. This is a great balance exercise, a great core workout. You're going to start on one side. You're going to lift the other leg up. You're going to put it down as you come over, and then lift the other leg up. Bring that arm to the other side. Ready? Join me when you're ready. You're going to bring it up and over. Now, up and over may hurt your shoulders, so you can do it in front of you. You can do it down low. If this is too awkward of a position, then don't do it. I'm going to turn a little more sideways. So you're going up and over only if you can. Come out to the side. Come out to the side. Try to keep your chest over your abdomen, over your hips, over your leg. Don't arch your back. Don't lean forward. You do a range of motion that works for you. Remember, your arms do not have to be able to go over your head. You do not have to be able to lift that leg very high. You may just be lifting that leg off the ground a little bit. Okay, that's great. You do what you can do. How is this functional strength? Sometimes You need to be able to stand on one leg. Oftentimes, you need to be able to reach for something. This is practicing it in a controlled manner. We are done. All right. Next on the agenda. Okay, we are going to do a side lunge or a side squat. So, they're very similar. You're going to step to the side and squat, and then step to the side and squat if that's comfortable for you, or you can step to the side and lunge. And what I'm going to do, actually, I just changed it in my head. I was going to have you do, going from one side to the other if you're squatting. Actually, if you're squatting, you can do that. One leg goes out, then the other leg goes out. If you're lunging, because you may not have a super big space, like me, you can lunge to the same side over and over again. This leg is staying stationary and straight. This leg is bending. I'm going to demonstrate the side lunge, but remember the side squat, you're just alternating legs. Now, you could also hold one of your soup cans in your hands, whatever's comfortable for you. You can do one in each hand. I'm going to hold one. So remember, side squat looks like this. And I'm going to demonstrate the side lunge. Join me when you're ready. You're going to do the same leg over and over. And it looks like this. I like the feeling of stepping out in front with the leg that's moving. So it is slightly in front of the bottom leg as I go up and down. My stationary leg stays straight, so I'm pulling with my inner thigh. I'm lowering with my thigh, hamstring, and glute of this leg, and then I'm pulling in with the inner thigh of the stationary leg. My chest is up the whole time. My tush goes back. The leg that's moving, make sure your knee does not go in front of your toe here. And then you do a pace that works for you. You may have music on. You may be enjoying doing it to the beat. If doing it fast is hard, don't do it fast. Slow it down to half time. Pull with that inner thigh. Lower and raise with your quad, hamstring, and glute. And if you're side squatting, you're using the quad, hamstring, and glute the whole time. All right, lungers, we're going to do a quick transition so that our squatters don't have to go for too long. So you're on the other side of the room now, and here we go. Stepping slightly in front, bend your knee, pull back with the inside of your stationary leg. Remember, as you bend that knee and go into that lunge, your tush goes back. Chest is up, shoulders are down, belly is tight. Are you using your core? When I say belly tight, that's that transverse abdominal. You got to use that core to hold you in place. Function. Sometimes you have to be able to step over something. You need the strength of your legs to go down and come back up. You need to be able to get up and down off of a chair. You need to bend down and pick stuff up off the floor. Torso tall, shoulders down, belly tight. That's your good form. If you fatigue, you get to be done. If you're lunging, pull with that inside leg. If you're squatting, use those hamstrings, glutes, and abs, and thighs, quads. Done. All right. Don't mind me. Hamstrings, glutes, and quads if you were squatting. All right. Next on the agenda. Okay. Now we're going to go to the floor and do some upper body exercises. So bring your soup cans with you to the floor. We're going to do my student's favorite, the lat pullover. So get yourself set up. When you reach for the floor, please do your good squat position. Tush goes back. When you need to put your dumbbells down. This is the time when people get hurt. Don't lift them up like this. Lift them up with good solid core, and then set them down with a good solid squat. I need to grab a couple sips of my water. You can join me down on the floor when you're ready. Okay. You're going to be on your back. Options. I'm going to give you the leg options first. So as you lie here, you can have your knees up and your feet flat. You're going to push your belly button to the spine the whole time. You could also, some people like to have their legs out straight. That is great as long as it doesn't hurt your back. If you find your back starting to arch, then I want you to change to this position. It's easier to keep your back flat in this position. Another option would be to bring your legs up, push your back down. That's my favorite because it gives me more back support. So you pick what's going to be best for you, and you're going to grab your dumbbells. This exercise uses the big muscles on the back of your shoulder blades, your lats. So you might choose a weight and it might be too light or too heavy. You could always change to the other weight. That's fine. You'll see I have two options here for me. Your arms are going straight up in the air. You're going to be moving from your shoulder joint. You have a little bit of a bend in your elbow. That arm's going to come over your head and come back up, pulling with your middle back muscles on the back side of your shoulder blade, on the side of your shoulder blade. This is where you're going to go to get your leverage, and you're going down and up. You don't have to touch the floor, but if you have that range of motion, you can. If you don't have great shoulder range of motion, you may not go far back at all. That's okay. I want you to still think about those muscles on the back of your shoulder blades. Remember, you can have your feet here, here, or here. The objective is to push your back down into the mat. Ready? Join me when you can. Lat pull over. Using your lats. Make sure your chin is tucked in and your shoulders are down. You want to get the leverage from your lower abdomen, not the muscles around your collarbone, not the muscles around your neck. Leave those out. You're using muscles on the back of your shoulders. The back of those shoulder blades are going lowering and raising. And when you're at that furthest point, that hardest point, make sure your abdomen is engaged so you're pulling up using your lower abdomen. Neck is not helping. Face is not helping, Marvy, if you're doing this. Lower and raise. And that goes for you too. Don't use your face. Breathe. Try to not hold your breath. You can do that TH sound. Think, think, thunk. All right, and we are done with that exercise. You can keep your dumbbells. You can keep your position. The next exercise we're going to do is the triceps extension. Lower and raise. Lower and raise from the elbows now. So now your shoulders stay the same, and your elbows are moving, bending, and straightening. Join me when you're ready. Remember, have your feet in a position that works for you and your belly button pushed to your spine. You're going to bring those dumbbells towards the crown of your head. If you find that to be easy, you can bring those arms further back so your dumbbells go towards the top of your head. They do not have to touch the floor, and you only go as straight so that you are perpendicular to the floor or parallel to the wall. Your arms are straight. You're not bringing them this way at all. They are straight up from your body. So when I say elbows point to the ceiling the whole time, what I mean is you're keeping the top part of your arm straight up and down the whole time. So your humerus doesn't move, just your elbow joint. Bend and straighten. If you get tired, you can do one arm at a time. You could go to lighter weights. I have some shoulder issues. Lots of people are stronger in their lat pullover than they are in their triceps. I currently am not, but I'm working on it. All right, we are done with this one. Go ahead and put your dumbbells down. I've got to look at my list and see what's next. We did lat pullover, then we did triceps. Okay, so now what we're going to do is we're all going to do a bridge. How much time we have left in class? Okay, we are almost done. So we are all going to do a bridge. So I want you to squeeze your shoulder blades together and pull those shoulders down. You're going to push your hips up into a bridge position. Then what you're going to do is you're going to straighten your right leg out with your thighs level, bring it back down. Right leg out with your thighs level, bring it back down. If doing the same leg over and over again does not feel good to you and you feel like your hips are dropping, then I want you to alternate your legs. Do your right leg and then your left leg. All right? And then you'll just do that for 2 minutes. If you're doing the same leg over and over, we'll do 1 minute with one leg, 1 minute with the other leg. What I want you to concentrate on is keeping your hips level. Don't let the leg that's straightening out hip drop down. All right. Remember, shoulder blades are squeezed together, shoulders are down. Tuck your chin in, relax your neck and face. Here we go. Thighs are staying level, straightening and bending the same leg over and over again. So you want to keep those hips as flat as you can, pushing through this glute, but also engaging this glute. Obviously, you're using this quad, but you're also using this quad up and down. Your arms can be wherever you like. Some people like them down here. Some people like their arms bent. For this particular exercise, it doesn't matter what your arms are doing, as long as they're not tightening up and pulling up towards your head. Keep those hips level. I can feel my right hip wanting to drop. Try to keep your thighs level. Good. This leg should be getting tired. Not so much the one that's moving, but the stationary leg. You have 10 seconds to go. You can close your eyes if you can feel it better and hold your position better, or you can keep them open and watch. Sometimes I put my fingers on my hip bone and my thumb on my rib cage. All right, we are done with that one. Come on down. Hug your left knee into your chest. Straighten your right leg out on the mat. Whether you were doing alternating legs or not, hug one knee to your chest. All right, you're going to set that foot down. Line up your feet again. Your feet are about hip width apart and about a foot from your buttock. Sorry, I didn't mention that the first time. Now, with that, your feet are going to stay aligned here. You're not moving the one leg to the middle. You're going to come up into your bridge. If you are alternating legs, go ahead and start. If you are doing the same leg over and over again, go ahead and start. Try to keep those hips level the whole time. Keep your thighs level. Lots of times people want to bring that leg up. I want you to keep it in line with your other leg as best you can. Squeeze both glutes, pushing up through the right glute, using the right thigh to hold you in place. The left leg is bending and straightening. You can set it down and take a break in that bridge position, or you can barely touch the foot, or you don't even have to touch the foot. Objective, again, you can see that I've got my fingers on my hip bones and my thumbs on my rib cage to try to feel if I'm dropping that hip. But you can have your hands wherever you'd like. Hips are up. You're probably getting fatigued in this leg now, maybe the low back, maybe the glute. 15 seconds and we're done. Hip as high as you can hold it. So I told you how this is my leg that's harder to balance on. It's clearly weaker in the hip joint because I can feel myself falling. All right, we are done. Come on down. Now you're going to hug your right knee to your chest. Straighten out your left leg. Stretch out that low back. While you're doing that, I'm going to look at my piece of paper and see what is next. Okay. What we're going to do now is you're going to bring your knees up and put your feet flat. You know how we did that V-sit where we were tight in that neutral position? I'm actually going to ask you to do something similar again. Move my dumbbells out of the way so you can see, so that I have room to do this exercise. These two can just go this way. Okay. My palms are up. I pulled my shoulders down. What I'm going to do is come slightly off the mat, reach for one heel, then the other heel. So I am using my oblique muscles, my rectus abdominis, and then if I do that TH sound, I am also going to be using my transverse abdominals. Reach for one heel, then the other heel. All right? If your neck gets too tired, you can just do this without having your arms engaged and reach for the heel with the top ribs and then reach for the other heel. You pick what's going to be best for you. I don't want to strain your neck. We're not doing an abdominal curl. You're just barely lifting off that mat. In fact, you don't even have to. You can just reach and keep yourself down on the mat. All right, enough talking, Karen. Join me when you're ready. I'm going to reach and reach and reach and reach. My neck is relaxed as best I can. Obviously, you have to use those muscles to hold your head up. But remember, you could have your hands behind your head, holding your head up. You don't have to have your hands out to the sides. They can be here, but I don't want you to crunch that neck up. So you're just reaching one side, then the other side, using these muscles on the side of your abdomen to reach and reach. And Becky, you might remember this one when you were like, I don't feel those muscles. That's okay. If you're doing it, I know you're using them. You choose the position that's best for you. Try to keep your neck relaxed. Take breaks when you need them, as with any other exercise. 10 seconds. Good. Reach. Try to not use your neck. All right, come on down. Let everything rest down. We need to look at our timing, because I think we might have to be done. We have to be done. All right, but that's okay, because you did a good job. I know you did. And we are going to stretch now. So, straighten out your legs. And if you can bring those arms up over your head, please do. So now we're stretching those obliques, stretching your front. Breathe. If your arms don't go over your head, please just find a position that is comfortable for them. Now bring those arms down by your sides. Pull your fingers towards your head, pull your toes towards your head, push your shoulders down. You're stretching your hands, the bottoms of your feet, your forearms, your calves, and your neck and shoulders. Push those shoulders down. Let it all flop. Bring your knees up, put your feet flat. We'll do our right leg first today. Take your right ankle, put it on your left thigh. Push your right knee away. You're looking for a stretch somewhere in the vicinity of your right hip. Leave that like that, or if you want, you can pull your left leg up, tuck your chin in, relax your shoulders. This just changes the stretch. One isn't better than the other. We're going to do 4 stretches for the right leg, followed by 4 stretches for the left leg now. So if you lifted your left leg up off the ground, set it down, take your hands behind your right thigh, straighten your right leg in the air, straighten your left leg out on the mat. Take a deep breath, and as you exhale, tuck your chin in, relax your shoulders, get both legs as straight as you can, flex both feet as much as you can. Some people are so flexible they can pull that knee to their nose. I am not one of them. Some people don't have much flexibility and can't get that leg anywhere near straight. That's okay too. You have to just stretch your body. Now you're going to pull that leg a little closer to your face. Your knee may bend a little more, and then you're going to move that right ankle around. Point, flex, circles. Your chin is tucked in, your shoulders are down. This next exercise I'm going to do with a straight leg, but if you have back issues or you feel like that leg's going to be too long, you can put your foot on the ground and then drop the knee over. Otherwise, you're going to have that leg up straight. You're going to straighten your arms out to your sides like you're a letter T with your palms facing the ceiling. And then you're going to take that right leg and drop it over to your left. Tuck your chin in, relax your shoulders. You're stretching from the outside of your right ankle to the outside of your right knee, the outside of your right hip, your low back, and then you're coming to the front of your chest and down your right arm. Tighten your belly, take your left hand, put it on the inside of your right thigh, push that leg up, hug your right knee into your chest, tuck your chin in, relax your shoulders, and breathe. Try to get your left leg as straight as you can. Now, set your right foot down on the ground. Take your left ankle, put it on your right thigh. So now we're doing the left leg stretches. It's called a figure 4 piriformis stretch. You can push that knee away and hang there. Or, if you prefer, you can reach behind your right thigh and pull your right leg up. Make sure to keep your chin tucked in and your neck and shoulders relaxed. Stretching is as important as the strengthening part of class. All right. Set your right foot down on the ground, straighten your left leg up in the air, hands go behind your left thigh, tuck your chin in, push your shoulders down, straighten your right leg out on the floor. Take a deep breath. As you exhale, make sure to get both legs as straight as you can and flex both feet as much as you can. Nice deep breaths. Now you're going to pull that left leg a little closer to your face and move your left ankle around. Point, flex, circles. Keep that chin tucked in and those shoulders down. All right, so this is the one where you may want to put your foot on the floor and drop the bent leg over. Otherwise, your arms go out to your sides like you're a letter T with your palms facing the ceiling, and you drop the whole leg over. Your two sides might feel different. That's okay. Your two sides are different. Nice deep breaths. Just let gravity push you down. You do not have to get your foot on the floor. You do not have to have your left arm on the floor. All right, tighten your belly. Take your right hand, put it by the inside of your left thigh. Push your left leg up. Hug your left knee into your chest. Tuck your chin in. Relax your shoulders. Try to get your right leg as straight as you can. Hug that left knee in. Now you're going to add your right leg to the left. So now you have both knees hugged in. You can roll a little left and a little right, stretching that low back, hamstrings, glutes, All right, stop in the middle. Happy baby stretch. Bottoms of your feet face the ceiling. Gently pull those knees towards your armpits. Tuck your chin in. Relax your shoulders. If you want, you can reach down your legs towards your shins or your ankles or even the bottoms of your feet, and you're gently bringing those knees towards your armpits. Once again, we all have different levels of flexibility. You might look at me and go, wow, she can grab her feet. I might look at somebody else and go, wow, they can put their knees in their armpits or on the ground over their head. We are all different. Just worry about what's best for you. We're stretching the low back here. We're stretching your glutes here. And we're still stretching your hamstrings a bit here. I like to grab the outside of my shoe and then push my big toe up and stretch the bottom of my foot. That may not work for you. That's okay. All right, let go of those legs. Tighten your belly. You're going to either roll onto your side or roll onto your stomach for a quad stretch. If you're on your side, you're going to lay on your arm, put your arm next to your top leg. I like to do this one on my stomach. If you're on your stomach, you're going to lie with your fist under your forehead. Take that arm, put it by your side. Okay, the leg that's by the arm is going to bend, and you're gently going to bring your heel towards your buttock. You can put this on your side, just bend that leg. If you can grab your pant leg, sock, shoe, foot, or ankle, then you're going to give it an aid with that arm and gently bring your heel towards your buttock. But you may not be able to do that, and that's okay. You may just bend that leg. We're stretching the front of the thigh. If you cramp up in the back of the thigh, straighten out your leg, kind of reset a bit. Try it again. If you cramp up a second time, you're done with this stretch. Make sure to drink lots of water if you've cramped up. That will help hopefully next time. All right, let's switch sides. If you're on your side, you're going to roll over. If you're lying down, you're going to put the other fist under your forehead. Put your arm, just going back by your side. That's the leg you're going to bend. Gently bring your heel towards your buttock. If you grab your pant leg, sock, shoe, foot, or ankle, do. Take a deep breath. And as you exhale, deliberately relax your shoulders. Let your head sink down onto your arm, whether it's your ear or your forehead that's laying on your arm. Feel the stretch in the front of the thigh. And remember, if you cramp up, straighten out that leg. And you can try it again. If you cramp up a second time, please be done. All right, let go of that leg. On your stomach, everybody, come on up onto your elbows and drop your head down. Stretching out the back of your neck. You can either stay here, or if you don't have osteoporosis in your spine and it feels good to you, up into a cobra stretch, stretching out your hip flexors, your abdomen. But if you have osteoporosis, this could be too much flexion, and I don't want you to fracture any vertebrae. On your hands and knees now. This one everybody can do, unless it hurts to be on your knees, in which case you can do this one standing up or seated. Put your arms in front of you and around that upper back. Now you're going to arch your back, lift your head up. Push your back up, drop your head down again. From this position, sit back on your feet, drop your head between your arms. Walk as far away from your body as you can. Drop that head as close to the floor as you can. My throat is really dry, that's why I kept drinking. All right, shift your hips over one foot. Walk your hands to the opposite edge of the mat. Lean away. Relax your neck. Walk your hands back to the middle. Shift your hips over your other foot. Walk your hands to the opposite edge. Lean away. Stretching out your lats. That was a lat pullover. But we use them in all kinds of things. Come on back to the middle. Come on up onto your knees. This one would be even worse for some people's knees. So for you, I want you to stand up. If being on your knees is going to hurt your knees, I want you to stand up. Otherwise, you're going to put your knee down. My floor is cement underneath me with a thin layer of rug on it. So I like to add a little extra cushion. Okay, if you're standing, you're going to hold onto the wall with your left hand, put your right leg back. You're going to lift your right heel up, bend both knees, and push your hips forward. Everybody, the leg that's back, that arm's going to go up, bend behind your head, tuck your chin in, push your head back into your hand. You want to stand as straight as you can. If you're standing, push your hips forward. If you're on your knee, you can gently come forward. Make sure this knee doesn't go in front of this toe. Your torso's tall, your shoulders are down, your chin is tucked in. Breathe. These muscles you use with every step you take. And then when you sit, they're in their shortest position. So we hold this stretch for a while, just like the hamstrings. You're also stretching your triceps and the front of your abdomen down the side. And you're even getting a little bit of the quad. Hip flexors are partially quad. All right, let's switch sides. So now you're going to put the other leg in front. So if you're standing now, you're going to hold on with your right hand, put your left leg back. Those of you who are standing, you're going to lift your left heel up. You're going to bend both knees and then push your hips forward. Everybody now bring that left arm up, unless you're doing your right leg, and then bring your right arm up to the leg that's back. That arm goes up, bends behind your head. If you're standing, push your hips forward. If you're on your knee and your foot, then you're going to gently come forward if you need to. You may not need to. You may get plenty of stretch, just getting that torso as tall as you can. Objective, get as straight as you can. Chin is tucked in, head goes back into your hand, stretching the front of your hip. Nice deep breaths. We have one more set of stretches after this, and then we're done. So now everybody's going to come up to standing. You're going to put one foot in front, one foot behind. If you need to hold on to something, by all means do for balance. One foot in front, one foot behind. Back leg is straight, back heel is down. Roll your shoulders back and down. You're stretching the top part of the calf of the leg that is back. Your torso is tall. Your shoulders are down. Now, keeping that heel down as best you can, bend that back leg slightly. Roll your shoulders back and down again. Push your shoulders down towards the floor. And let's switch sides. The other leg goes back. Over a little because I've got a piece of paper there. Oh. Okay. Back leg is straight. Back heel is down. Roll your shoulders back and down. Your front leg bends. So you want to feel that stretch on the top of your calf, and now you can bend that back leg slightly, keeping that heel down as best you can. Roll your shoulders back and down again. And you are done. Good workout. Let's breathe in together 3 times. Bend down, take a deep breath. And exhale 2 more times. I hope you'll join me again. And I hope to see you back at the Y soon. Thanks for taking core and functional strength today. Feel good, stay strong, stay safe, stay healthy.